because I don't think white supremacy is just going to stop. These racist attitudes, this police brutality. It's not going to end on its own. I think we can march, we can pray, we can do so many things, but I think it's going to take an action of that magnitude to get them to stop. Just like people who call 911 on people just for existing. There has to be a financial penalty behind that, and not just $100, $200. I'm talking about, start the shit at $1,000 and triple it. And if it leads to somebody's death, man, you know what? Make it times 10, times 20. Make it so financially punitive that people will stop using the police as a tool of white supremacy or jealousy or anything else that they have in their mind. And I think that's really how you have to address racism these days. Is you have to attack this from a financial standpoint. We are not in a position, nor do we want to be in a position where we're eye for an eye and all of that. That's not going to work. It's not feasible.
Now, you just sparked something in my mind that's just so crazy. I can't believe I never thought about it before. Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this. Do you think that the spike in unnecessary non-emergency calls to the police is a result that the people making the calls are hoping that, some of the terrible things that police people have done to people of color, mm-hmm. Do you think they're doing that hoping that that's the result of that phone call?
Absolutely. I'm not every case. I don't want there to be, this issue because, obviously use 911 if you feel that your life is actually being threatened. But if you're using 911 simply as a tool to act out your aggressions on other people, then yeah, I think there's a tool behind that. I think there are a lot of people who do that. I'll give you an example. A lot of people, honestly, a lot of white supremacists, they looked at the situation with Zimmerman in Florida with the Trayvon Martin murder. And, they are realizing maybe I can't necessarily take this into my own hands, but I can call an agent, an agent of the government and say, hey, you come and take care of this. We know that, if you do something to them, nothing will happen to you. You won't be held personally accountable.
Right.
So in many ways, a lot of these people will call the police hoping for a certain outcome. Now, whether that happens or not will really depend on the mindset of that officer because, for a lot of black people, it's 50-50 when police are around. So it literally is a roll of the dice, and a lot of white people don't necessarily understand that because they don't necessarily have anything to fear when it comes to interactions with police. And I think a lot of racists do understand that concept. A lot of racists do understand that, hey, it is a 50-50 role when it comes to that interaction. So yeah, let me go ahead and call them. I can keep my hands clean because you'll also notice a lot of times any attempts to confront them on why they called 911, you never get an answer. They hide, and they're never held accountable for a false call.
Which is a crime in itself.
It should be. It is a crime, but it's not enforced.
Yeah, exactly. It's not being enforced. No.
And there is a state senator in New York who is basically introducing a new bill that will essentially enforce that. It's one of those. And I can't remember the bill right now, but essentially the idea is not only are we taking the existing law, but we are actually making it punitive. We're putting real financial penalties, including jail time behind that. And I think that's what you have to have. That's what deters these people from doing that, because every time that you hear about these stories, you're starting to hear more and more of it. Mm-hmm. You started with the Starbucks situation. Now it seems like every little thing, people taking naps in the lobby,
at a prestigious Ivy League institution.
Exactly. I mean, just studying or taking a nap, you're getting 911 called on you.
8-year-old selling bottled water.
Yeah. Just clown shit all the way around. And, honestly, a lot of white people, with these racist attitudes are looking at this and saying, hey, this is the wave. Nothing's going to happen to me. Maybe if somebody sees me, so what?
And and I'm not sure if you saw this. I saw this actually last night. It came up on my feed. And, a lot of people are saying it's not true. I hope the hell it's not. But this would be another example of someone doing that. Sounded like, but a video and looking at the young lady, young African Americans, they were parked at some type of store, retail lot, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. But Caucasian young lady, she came right on the side of them, blocked them in so that they couldn't back out or leave.
Oh, because of the expired tag.
Because of their expired tag.
Yeah.
Like, she called the cops to report that their tags were expired. Like I said, I hope the
Who the hell does that
I hope the
shit?
hell it was, staged or fake. But in what's going on today, it could be true. I would believe it if it is true.
This is the equivalent of the old days when people would cry rape, when white women would cry rape, knowing that a negative result would happen to the black man that this happened to. So, a lot of these attitudes, when I say a lot of these attitudes necessarily haven't changed, just the vehicle in which it's being done, that's exactly what's going on. They know that something bad will happen if 911 is called.
Yeah.
Man, it's oof. But like I said, kind of circling back to our point, if going to BlacKKlansman, which we spend a lot of extensive time talking about it, everything we talked about, kind of related to each other, it all ties back to it. But in my opinion, you can share yours. If you're looking for a movie just for entertainment value that is based off a historically line of events, definitely check it out. The acting is superb. The casting is superb. The storyline was great. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Definitely check it out. Now, if you're looking for something of a serious tone, saying that Spike Lee did not do enough to show the racism or the injustice or things like that.
This ain't it.
This ain't it. Like I said, if it was a documentary, yes, it would be a different story, but this is purely for entertainment value. So just take it for what it is. Sometimes, I know we live in an uptight society. We got to, look at everything and with a side eye, but when you can relax, just relax, chill. It's just a movie. Don't take too much into it.
Yep. And the thing is, and I tell people this all the time, I am one of those, I am a lover of real history, real unadulterated, good, bad, and ugly history.
Right. Me too.
And you know what? If you really want to know what's going on, read Ron Star Wars book on this. Read about the history. There are a lot of nonfiction opportunities out there where you can learn about this to a higher degree. So, I tell people all the time, support the movie, understand what it is. Even if you're looking for more from it, and I'm one of those, I'll immediately, spot when it's just entertainment versus, something that's historically accurate. But at the same time, I really enjoyed it. It kept me engaged. And I would tell you, look, was it John David Washington? Mm-hmm. Listen, that brother is about to do something.
He's on my radar.
He's a hell of an actor, man. I knew he was good on Ballers, but a lot of people don't necessarily watch that show. But I'm telling you, now that he's kind of gotten out here and he's out here in the mainstream, that's a name that you're going to hear on an award show one day.
Because Daddy proud.
Yeah, because he takes his craft seriously, just like Denzel did. So, I'm looking forward to seeing more that's coming from him down the road.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, we spent a lot of time on the various topics, but just keep in mind, this is the type of platform we use. We're going to talk about what's going on, good, bad, and ugly, and indifferent. But a couple of takeaways to take from this show, like I said, pay your homage, pay your respect to Miss Franklin. It's more than due. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a good movie to check out that's based off historical facts, go check out BlacKKKlansman. I can assure you we are not taking checks for Spike Lee nor, his production company, because if we were, we probably would be doing something else, spending those humongous checks. But this is pure, our opinion. You can take it or leave it. And we got a couple of more things going in the pipeline for future shows and stuff like that. But other than that, all I can say is, till next time.
Till next time. We're going to ride this out with Miss Franklin's RESPECT.
Thank you for spelling that correctly.
Oh, no doubt. Reverend, now, again, we're going to give you a pass.
Now, you allotted 3 passes a year, so you got 2 left. You done gave 1 out.
Man, he don't fuck it up by Christmas. But anyway, we're going to ride. We will see you too when we see you. Peace.